Hey guys, it's Simply MC here, and I'm making this video because there's so many things that's been bothering me, and I was just like, you know what, I have to just talk about it because yeah. So today what I'm going to talk about is about immigration and how people are telling others go back to your own country. I'm like, what? So the other day I was watching a video or whatever, I think it was on Instagram or Facebook, and I'm seeing a black woman. She's telling an Asian woman, go back to your country, you don't deserve to be here, da, da, da. But I'm like, you're a black woman, you have your own country to go to, and logically it just doesn't make sense. Because it's like when we all come here, we come here like for a chance, so for another chance, because we don't know the risks of what's happening in our native country, So it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, for a black woman who has immigrated here, or her parents have immigrated here, or her grandparents have immigrated here, to an Asian woman to go back to her country because she had a hijab, and now you know how like there's been many disasters of like with the ISIS and blah blah blah, and that's one of the things. It's one of the things that when it's crazy how in Britain is in England, because it's like yeah, immigrants were accepted in multicultural country, no racism, and then Olympics seeing like multicultural people, all people in all different countries coming together, and it's beautiful. But then they're really hiding the dark truth, because when, like, for example, let me give an example. Back in the days, years back, yeah, when the Nigerian extremists hacked the soldier in Woolwich, yeah. From that, the next day, the amount of things I've been hearing about Nigerians, like, yeah, we don't want Nigerians in our country. Yeah, Nigerians did bad. Look what they did. I'm like, it's one person. But now there's Afrobeats and Nigerian music is popping. Now they're like, oh, I wish I was Nigerian. And it's like, it's so fickle. Because it's like, one day, oh yeah, we love immigrants. The other day, oh, go back to your country. Or they're taking our jobs. What do you mean? So you're telling me, let's say for example, yeah, I'm born in Congo. So you're telling me if I worked my butt off and I got better grades than you, and now come here, you're telling me I don't deserve to get that high pay in the job? Why? Because I'm not in this country? No, that doesn't make sense at all. So obviously I just made some notes, and I'm going to talk to them about it, because it's one of the things that we need to break it down. Because by people telling other people here, go back to your country, it's not good. It's actually not good, and that's very frustrating. Because it's like, imagine, yeah, let's say for example I was born here, and my mom was born here, and my granddad was born here. What country should I go back to? Because technically my family's been here for many years now, decades, many decades. And you're telling me go back to my country? Yeah, originally I'm from Congo, but I do have a British passport, so like I am a citizen here too. So it's like one of the things, it's kind of like a facade, because from the outside people are like, oh my gosh, England, like it's not that much race. People are still telling us to go back to our country. For what? For what? That's just bullcrap. So I made notes. What's it called? Like, one of the questions here that I've asked here was, what is British culture? Is it the tea? Is it the fish and chips? Because the tea originally is from Asia, and fish and chips, actually, when I was reading the BBC News, it actually basically it was originated from Jewish refugees which came from Portugal and Spain. So it's like, what is actually British culture? Because when you're going back, you realise that there's influences that have contributed to the British culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the things. It's like, it's crazy, because it's like, imagine a racist guy could be like to me, oh yeah, go back to your country, but yet he's been eating, I don't know, Asian food, or he's been eating Caribbean food. You really think here that if immigration didn't exist, do you really think you'll be able to eat other people's cultures' food without actually going there? No. You know what I'm saying? It would be different if the person here was dedicated and he's like, no, I'm not gonna eat anything. But it's one of the things. It's like, everything, that even the things that we think is British is not British, it's still influenced by other countries. So then for them, so then for people to think like, oh yeah, immigrations, like people here, yeah, it's always immigrants that's causing trouble. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, there's crime amongst the immigrants, but yes, there's crime amongst the English people. It's not just immigrants that causes that crime. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's one of the things, and there's also two arguments that's contradicting. One of them is, oh yeah, the immigrants are so lazy, they're just on benefits, and they're not even working. But then the other argument is, they're taking our jobs. So what do you want us to do? Do you want us to be lazy, or do you want us to take the jobs? No, please, answer. Do you want us to be lazy, or do you want us to take the jobs? You can't have both ways. Because I'm sorry, but if I work my butt off to get that grade and to get the experience, and then I got that job, and then you're telling me, oh yeah, because I'm an immigrant I should get, what? No, that's not good. That's not true. That's not true. It will be different if like I was being lazy, and I just got the job because obviously they felt sorry for me. Of course, then you can complain. But when English people, yeah, when they have many connections and they're getting jobs when they're not experienced, when they're less experienced than lower class, working class, or immigrants, no one talks, no one complains. But it's like when immigrants work hard to get that job, that's when people talk. No. If you want to know what's unfair, then make sure you look at yourself and be like, okay, yes, I've got networks stuff, because but yeah. So, and one of the other topics is Brexit. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's gonna happen when we really see the true effects of the Brexit, like when it starts, because like people are gonna be saying all sorts of things, and it's harmful, and it's like, it's one of the things, like, I don't know what people gain. What do you gain from telling another person, go back to your country? What do you gain? Like, what do you actually gain? What do you gain from telling a Polish person, go back to your country? What do you gain? And also, it's like people like there's politicians, all that, and other people, they're like, oh yeah, immigrants, it's too unpopulated here. Okay, cool. What if I was a black Congolese woman, but I was middle class, no, upper class? You're telling me you wouldn't like me to be living in your country and increase the economy? Stop lying. If I was a rich middle class woman and I came to England to buy a house, best believe there'll be a house for me to buy. Best believe I'll be accepted straight away, because I have money. I have something that could increase the economy. Of course I'm not gonna chat. But why? Because I don't have anything to offer, and I'm trying to get into a country for running away from what's going on back home. Now you're telling me, oh no, there's no space. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't work. If there's a good, there's also a bad too. You have to show the whole picture. Don't be like, oh yeah, there's no space. But what? But if I was someone else with a mullah, you would love for me to stay in England to increase the economy. Also, I want to also talk about the royal family, as in, yeah, the royal family. And this is like, I know it's a bit soft topic or whatever, but it's one of those things, like, as British community, we're like, yeah, God save the Queen and all that jazz. And it's funny because people that are racist, or people that are like, oh, like, we don't want anything, we just want pure English people here. Okay, cool. First of all, are you even purely English? That's a question mark. Second of all, yeah, as you look at the family line of the royal family, they're not purely English. They've got a mixture of Europe. They've got like Irish, they've got English, they've got German, they've got mixtures. So it's like, it's one of those things. It's like those of you who are telling us to go back to our country just because we're not purely English, then please do this one favor for me. Before you tell me to go back to my country, or before you tell us immigrants to go back to our country, go and tell the Queen to go back to their country. And if they accept and go back to their country, then we will follow. Thank you very much for your time.